Hey folks, thank you for joining us again for another exciting episode of YOML. Today we are continuing on the part 2 of 3 of the book Linchpin.
Excited to talk about this one today. So we talked about yesterday, but about the book Linchpin that was given to me by my boss, and I had my whole entire team read it, and they all gave me their interpretations, and the first reflection was all about message received from the universe, right? Meaning we
Right on.
yeah, I mean total yeah. So today's reflection is about the most incredible artist that I've ever met. So Linchpin at the end of the day is really all about bringing your art to the workplace or
Being
whatever.
yourself.
Yeah, yourself. But
you
bringing,
are art.
yes,
right?
You are art. Bringing yourself to the workplace, or maybe not even just the workplace, whatever you're producing in this world, but bringing yourself and turning that into something that others can consume and consume in this world, right? So basically turning yourself into art, and then that art producing something that other people can consume. It's beautiful, right? Well, this topic is near and dear to our hearts because this is what we call meaningful work. Like that's what we call bringing your art, and where you marry up what matters most to you in this world with what you do every single day, and that turns into art, or i.e. meaningful work, right? Like, I mean, that's also a synonym, I would say, for how we use meaningful work. Do you agree with that?
Right, I do.
Okay. All right. For me, I was listening to this book, and Seth Godin said he defines art as the intentional act of using your humanity to create a change in another person. So Seth Godin says art is the intentional act of using your humanity to create a change in another person, meaning bringing out yourself to drive a change in some other, and causing by sharing yourself with the world with you cause a change in another human being. And these words really mattered to me a lot because as soon as I heard it, I almost started laughing and crying at the same time, because I think I'm assuming you know where I'm going with this, because there's a certain person in my life that used their humanity to their absolute fullest extent that I've ever seen, and it brought a change in another person. That person was me, and that person that brought their full act of using humanity was Amelia, my daughter. I mean, it made me start to cry and smile at the same time, because I was like, my daughter's an artist, and I mean, she was 39 days old, but Amelia was not just an artist. She was the greatest artist I've ever met in my life, because there's no other person in this world that I've ever met, even remotely close, that has inspired as much change in me than her. So if that's the definition of an artist and artistry and bringing your art into this world, like, she's the most incredible artist that I've ever met and will ever meet, probably, because she is the reason for all of this. She is the reason why I do what I do every day. She is the reason why I am talking to you right now. She's the reason why I play tennis. She's the reason why I write. She's the reason why I read. She's the reason why your magical learning journey exists. She's the reason why all these things for me, right? Hopefully someday we are inspiring other people by using our humanity and bringing ourselves to the table with our meaningful work and our meaningful relationships to create change in other people as well. And it's something that really hit me hard when I read this. And I literally almost started crying. I mean, watching her just be herself, like watching her endure and fight and be herself every single day. And like, I don't know, I've never seen somebody be more human in my life. She never spoke a word. It's hard for me to even think about it sometimes, but it also makes me smile thinking about it too. There's just so many emotions that are wrapped into watching her humanity and in operation. And I got to sit on the sidelines and watch it. I mean, I'm blessed to have gotten to sit on the sidelines and watch her in action, and it inspired more change than I could ever imagine. So my plea to anybody watching this was, get to work on bringing what's inside of you out into this world and share it with those around you. I have no idea if you're going to end up being the kind of person that inspires people like Amelia did for me. But if you have any chance in this world, it's worth it. It's worth bringing your art out and being a linchpin, in my opinion. So the question is, what artist's work has inspired you and has been a driving force in your life?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just it. Because when you have this baby that comes to the world, she comes with the innocence. She comes untainted by whatever humanity comes with all the societies. I guess the pressure of society telling you to do certain things that is not you who you are. The baby, it comes with innocence, and she exudes exactly who she is, who
Right.
she was, right? And that's is what we are telling people. Say, look, you are an artist. By de facto, you are an artist. It is that you have put in your paintbrush away. You have put in your talent away because you are told that, it wasn't appreciated. But I say, as long as you are being you, you will be an incredible, powerful influence to someone. You just
Yeah.
don't realize it.
I got to pause you for a second. It was probably the most beautiful thing I think I've ever heard you say, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not like, what did you, I mean, I wrote down, you said, you're an artist, but you put away your paintbrush, or what'd you say?
Yeah, you're an artist. You are an artist
Somebody
by
forced you to put
by
away
by
your,
default, right? But you put away your paintbrush, you put away your talent because you're being told by society, the pressure to say, hey, put that away. We don't want that. We don't need that. And that is the travesty of this world. So when you look at Amelia, when she came into your world, she have changed it completely. And you can see the obvious change in Chris Sears. When I met you, you are already on that road to transformation. But the transformation from the first time I met you into today, the continued transformation, it is tremendous. It is not a little thing. And I 100% agree with you. He have changed you,
yeah,
right? She have inspired you so much. Just,
just by
just,
being her,
just being herself.
right?
And,
Her
and, and
full
to
self.
me, that is to me the prime example of what a human being should be,
Yep.
without all the burdens, without all the reservation of society and what people think of you.
Right.
That baby says, I'm here and this is what I do, this is who I am, and I will endure, have these core values, and I live them. And that inspires so much to not
She doesn't
only
just
to
live
her
them, she is
father.
them. She is them. Like that there's a difference between living them and being them,
Yep, yep.
like she just is them.
And I
Like,
agree.
yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
think, for the lack of better words, is all you have to do is being you, right? You don't really need to say, I want to change somebody.
right.
Being you automatically will
It
change
will change.
somebody,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you don't need the second part. All you have to do is be you. And when you be you, the artist will come out and you see the art,
Right.
right? And that in itself will change the people that you connect with. And a lot of times you don't realize the person you change. That's why people say, well, nobody is benefiting from what I do. So I quit. I put up my brush. I put up my tool. I put up my whatever. And so whoever you are, you need to know that there are people out there that need to see your art, that needs to see you for who you are,
Yeah,
right?
I couldn't agree more. You somehow unlearn who you are as you make your way through this world. No,
Yeah,
because
so you
if Amelia
turn
could know
into
from day one,
somebody else's mode.
right? Like you unlearn, it's like you unlearn who you are, and then you have to go relearn who you are,
Mhm.
which is even, that's just fucking wild to even think about, honestly. Like my daughter was more human than
They're most
almost
human.
anybody that you meet, than most humans, She never spoke a word in this world, and she was more human than any human that I've probably ever come across, for the most part. Honestly, I'm sure there's people out there in this world that are equivalent to Amelia, but
But she's
I don't
one
know.
of the
I've
few.
never met.
Not only that she came out premature, I mean, she's probably one of the youngest to come out
Oh yeah,
to this world and live and be herself, and just be herself and have this tremendous impact. To me, I would really think that without Amelia, Clubney would not have existed.
oh, 1,000%. Like, I mean, there's not even a possibility in this world, a timeline where that exists. Like, like it's like if okay, so Luca's a good example, right? Like, Luca was also born premature, nowhere near as early as Amelia. Like, I mean, for most people it would have been really early for them, but we understood this world pretty well at that point in time. So when he was born at 28 weeks and 3 days old, like Luca, yes, we endured a lot. I watched Luca endure. I watched Luca be, you know, I don't know. It's hard to describe this, but like, he wasn't the same kind of human. He was just a baby. Like babies aren't necessarily, going through all of human emotions and feeling and
Well, right,
trials and
and
tribulations,
I agree
like
with you because the
like
thing, you look at the story of Amelia, there are millions outcomes that could have happened. There are
yeah,
millions ways that she could have lived her life. And it could have turned out completely different because there are a million ways that she could have lived her life that wouldn't have amount to us building company. But the way that
No.
she did it, because the thing is, not only that she impacted you, but she also impacted me just by reading the book itself. And I
Yeah.
understood that. And to me, that is something that it's not because the thing is, for a certain thing that she did while she was on Earth, there's certain things that she did. If you have changed some of the things you did, future that we have now would not have been like this, right?
Yeah. I would rather not have this feature.
But I'm saying is, in a way, there could be similar kid that is born premature, just as she did, and
Right.
would go through the struggle just similar to her. But the way that she respond to all of these actions, like when she has to be going to surgery and doing all these things to her, and how she did it, that is what is inspiring, not what happens to her.
Right.
Right?
No,
Because
I agree.
I'm saying is you can say, well, let's pretend it's a parallel universe where there is another Amelia where the same condition applies, but she responded differently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying is she exude her being, her
Yeah.
humanity there. Because you look at my for I mean, one of the things that impressed me the most is throughout the ordeal from the beginning and end, but at the end, even when you exacerbate her, you took her off the machine, she still held on for a long, long time compared to anyone ever would have imagined. To me, this is the fighting spirit, this is enduring spirit. That is what I call inspiration.
Yeah.
And so, like I say, because of how she responded, this is how we have this two, like, unbelievable hardcore believer in company. Because what she did, you and I will be this evangelist of company until the day we die. And not only that, we're gonna pass on the torch to other people. We are the seventh generation committee. So you see the impact she's made, not only to her father, but to me and the people and your team. You look at right now, you have a team, right? And your team is also influenced. So you're looking at the impact. So one person, an innocent baby born prematurely, is able to me, will eventually change the way society works, because I believe company will eventually be this tribe of men who wants to be an artist, right? To be an artist and not to be a little, you know, battery for society to, hey, go sit there, do a bunch of things, you know, be this robotic monkey, even though you're not robotic, right? So I truly believe company will transform the way society will become in the future. And to me, that is from baby, one baby. So for her to have that kind of impact, imagine what you can do. So don't suppress your humanity.
Yeah.
Let it show.
Yeah.
That is art.
Like I 1,000% agree. I don't know that I could even say anything more to that, honestly. Like, I think the only thing that I would add to this is when you see an artist, like a real artist, you can't unlearn what you saw either. Like, I mean, you can't forget it. Like, you know, when I'm sure when somebody saw Picasso painting or something like that, they would never forget. When I watch Novak Djokovic or Roger Federer or Rafa Nadal play tennis, or Carlos Alcaraz now, like they're fucking artists, you know, their personality and who they are is coming out in the way that they play the game. I can't forget how Andre Agassi or Pete Sampras or other people that have been heroes of mine where you could see the artistry. Peyton Manning. I mean, you can go on and on through the sports world.
They have their own character mannerism, and they do what they do, and they are who they are, and that is art. You cannot say, you know, when you look at Patrick Mahomes, you look, like, for me is I am a defensive guy. So for me, cornerbacks and defensive backs are my height. And Deion Sanders is probably the exemplary artist in terms of the corner, right? He's a RCB1. And he just basically that exemplify his character. Not only that he plays the position, but how he behaves, right? That's his art. Right? And so you, like you said, you know, Patrick Mahomes, you talking about your tennis players or whatever. These guys have a great impact on people, right? That have the same alignment. So you
Yeah.
never know the inspiration you can bring to people that you would never would have met. Because I've never met Deion Sanders, but he has a
Yeah.
big impact on my life.
You look at Michael Jordan, the literal commercials, I like to be like Mike, sometimes I dream that he is me. Like Amelia has that kind of an impact on me where I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it. If you can be this pure of a human being that I've ever seen in my life, I can do it. And I'm going to do it for you and with you. And that's been my driving force. And that's what keeps me getting up every single day and taking another step for Amelia and with Amelia. Michael Jordan, I'm sure in a lot of ways did that for a lot of young kids playing basketball. He probably did that for LeBron James. He was like, man, if Michael Jordan can play like this, I could bring this out. I could do my own thing. To your point, like art inspires people and artists inspire
Not
people.
only that
like,
it inspires people, but it's actually
creates change, drives change.
It's actually not hard. It's actually pretty easy because it aligns with who you are. You're just afraid to be you because society tells you, hey, that's selfish to be you. And you should not be too much of yourself. You're supposed to be more like everybody else, right? But the moment, like for me, it's like you say, well, you and I, we need to get into trouble a little bit because that's who we are. So we thrive in these conditions. We love to get into trouble. We're loving to creating.
Let's fuck some shit up, Like I mean,
Exactly.
I'm rereading right now. It's called The Inner Game of Tennis. We talked about that way back at the beginning of this whole entire journey. It's probably been 2 years since I've read that book. I love this book so much, man. And to your point, this whole book's basically about get system 2 out of the way of system 1. He flips it around in the book. This trips me up so much when I listen to this book because system 1 is your intuitive elephant, and he calls that system 2 in this book. And he calls system 1 your writer, your rational brain. So let's just go with thinking fast and slow for this.
You should, because I think every other book is reference the same thinking practice. No, they reference what Kahneman is saying. System, right?
He wrote this before Kahneman never wrote a book. Like, I mean,
but most book references Kahneman.
Yes, no,
right? Because even the happiness hypothesis, right? It resembles Kahneman because he's talking about the elephant and the rider. Elephant. Because the thing is, when you look at an elephant, right, he's on the bottom. The rider's on the top. You look at your brain, right? Your automatic system is on the bottom, and your cognitive system is on the top, the rider. So it's pretty cohesive in that pattern, right? And so most people references Kahneman, so that if you read other books that references system, you want to keep it to the point where most of the books are saying the same thing. So it's easy for you to digest the book and not have to flip it every time you say, hey, well, in this book, this system and this, and then it's going to confuse you.
No, agreed. So we'll just call it system 1 and system 2 then, like
as Kahneman defines it.
One of the things I've been writing down as I've been going back to the book, obviously I had a lot of notes from the first time. This is what I'm hearing this time. It's images are better than words. Trust your body. Either let it happen or let it learn, right? Native tongue of your unconscious, your elephant is images. It's not words. Like your elephant doesn't.
It is a human's construct.
It is. So like the elephant understands pictures and images and visuals, and then feel again, right? Like like just feel. Like this is I just had
the same thing Bruce Lee say.
Yeah.
Don't think.
Yeah. Yes, don't think. Yeah, right. Like be like so, but it's so hard to do that. Like so tonight, I got so frustrated when I was playing a tennis match because I was playing feeling and I was playing with, I've been working really hard this month. My whole entire month of challenge this month is 30 days of tennis, right? Of deliberate practice on new skills and stuff. And I let my elephant be my elephant tonight. I used my training. I did a way better job of just letting my elephant be my elephant and be, feel like the shots and like from a normal match, I feel like I'm always trying to impose my will on the shot, right? Like this entire match, I did a really good job of at least 60% of the time just feeling the shot, and I thought I played pretty damn fucking well, to be honest with you. And not only that, I played pain free. Like one of the reasons probably why I get a lot of pain from playing tennis is because I'm so tense trying to force my fucking will on. Like today I was literally trying to let my arm go limp, and this is it's hilarious because this is going to be one of the reflections that I write in the future. I went and played golf. I played golf never ever anymore, right? I played maybe when I was younger, let's just say 10 times a year or something like that. Like I'd never been like a massive golfer or whatever. I would go golf with buddies and play in like, what do you call them? Scrambles and things like that for like, different groups of people, big groups of people that are getting together to play on a particular day and all playing like a scramble or whatever. So these days I play golf twice a year, and because I don't have enough time, but every time I go play golf is one of those games where you have to be really in tune with your body and feel right, like you muscle memory, images, all these things. If you try to force your will on a golf shot, it's just going to be a disaster. If you try to hit a ball a certain way, it's going to be
if you know what you're going to do, if you know what you are going to do, you are not letting the elephant doing its thing. Because the elephant just does it automatically. The moment it comes to him, he'll know how to figure out what to do. So that's the thing is when you're in a fight, let's say, because I'm more of the kung fu fighting kind of.
Right.
So if you go in a fight and you think I'm going to hit him here, I'm going to hit him there, he's going to hit you because this is what Bruce Lee say. Don't think, right? Because the moment you think, right?
Yes, you fuck up. Like I mean,
you fuck up because
you fuck up. Yeah.
Because the moment you say, hey, okay, I'm looking, okay, I'm gonna you chat boxing, whatever. You're gonna get yourself beat to a pulp just because your elephant ain't doing it. And especially in the fight, your adrenaline is like rushing, right?
Right.
There's no way you can do it. So when you fight, best is to say, don't think, just fight.
Just be there, be somewhere else, like but let your body just do what it does, right? Be free, So
like you say, what was it? That is something about go back to
the native. Trust your body, either let it happen or let it learn.
That's exactly what in fighting it's very, very true. But you let it happen or let it learn, because it will learn eventually. Your body, and this is why you look at like the Karate Kids or whatever, right? You talk like the Kung Fu Master tell them to do bunch of wax on, bunch of wax out, a bunch of painting. You basically train your muscle memory, and your elephant, it knows it. And whenever you're in a fight, it automatically does it.
Right.
your hand moves automatically in a way that blocks, punches, kicks, whatever. It does it automatically. I guarantee you that's how it works, right? If people haven't, if people haven't, taken any martial arts or whatever, you have to take to the point where you have to train muscle memory. But the moment your muscle memory kicks in a fight, you don't think about it. Your muscle will take over. I say, well, I blocked that kick. You say, well, did I intend to block that kick or I intend to block that punch? Right. No, you actually block and then attack at the same time without knowing. You say, shit, like I know Kung Fu, just like the Matrix,
Right, yeah.
This is exactly it, because the thing is, that's how the body works.
Yeah.
Because the elephant, once you train it, it does it without you constantly thinking about it. Right?
Not only that,
if you don't train,
the myelin
then
builds up and your neural pathways build up, and it protects and it fires faster and faster and faster.
Very fast punch. You can block it easily.
Right.
Because in a fight, I don't know if you've been in a lot of fights, because I am. When I was younger,
I know my life, honestly.
I get to fight every single day. Physical fight. Right. When you're in a fight, you don't think. If you think, you can get hit.
Yeah, I believe it. I know exactly what you're saying. I've never been in fights, but I know exactly what you're saying. So, like, what I was going to wrap up with, like, the golf thing, right? So, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was maybe 3 weeks ago now, my dad's birthday was June 30th, and so it's July 26th now. So it was like a month ago or whatever. So he was like, hey, I asked him if he wanted to go golfing because my dad loves golf, right? So my dad plays golf all the time, and I think the only reason maybe I played when I was younger because it was a way for me to catch with my dad, or like friends want to go play or whatever. Like, it's something that
just hang out, right? You enjoy the game, because most people always say, hey, if there's nobody there, I ain't going playing golf.
I would never find me in a million years playing golf by myself on a course. Now, tennis, like I've spent 30 days playing by myself, down with my ball machine, you know what I mean? But so my dad was going, it's his birthday, and I was asking him what he wanted to do, and he's like, oh, you want to go play golf with me and a couple of my buddies? And I was like, yeah, sure. These are two of, like, his oldest friends and people that are like my surrogate fathers as well. So we schedule a tee time, and it's on the Monday, the July the 3rd, because we all kind of had it off, and they're all retired. So we get to this golf course, and I get on the first tee. I did a typical Chris move. I live literally 2 minutes away from this golf course, 2 minutes. And I was sprinting to the first tee box as my dad's calling me. This is what happens every time that I go golf with him, or anywhere really, that I try to time it to the very last second when I need to be somewhere. So they're all sitting there like going, where the fuck is Chris? And I'm flying up with my bag, like, throwing it in the car, and like, as they're announcing Sears party at 4, tea time, ready to go. And I'm like scrambling to haven't warmed up at all. And my heart's racing, and they're all on the tee box and ready to hit off the first tee. So I let them all hit first, and then I get up there and I'm like, I literally have not played golf in a year. I was like, no joke. I was like, I have not hit a club since last year in a golf outing that I played in for a scramble, around this same time last year. And I was like, I told them all, I have no idea what's going to happen today. I've been doing so many of these things and so much stuff with like tennis and reading about a lot of this stuff. I was like, you know what, Chris, like, just like I've hit golf balls many times in my life. I was like, just let your elephant do whatever it wants to today. Just relax. Who cares? Like, I mean, literally, I was like, just relax your whole body. Just go limp, like relax your hands, and see what happens. I probably played the best fucking golf that I've probably ever played in my entire life. Like to the point in time where my dad's friends were like, you're fucking with us, right? You haven't played for an entire year, because I'm like out driving them and I'm hitting fucking great shots all over the place. And they're like, Chris, it's not possible that you haven't played an entire year. And I was like, I swear to God, I'm not lying to you at all. I was like, I fucking swear to you, I have not even thought about golf, picked up a club, swung a club, not in a year. They're like, this is really fucking impressive. I was even thinking to myself, kind of fucking impressive. If I think about the best that I ever probably played golf in my life, that was probably better. Like, honestly, I was playing really good golf. I didn't keep score the whole entire time, but I probably had at least 7 pars and maybe another 7 bogeys or something like that, and like maybe a couple doubles or whatever. But like, it wasn't a bad score. I mean, it was probably would have shot like 90. I don't even know. I mean, I didn't keep score, and it was like legit 90. Like, it wasn't like, I'm pick it up, I'm 10 feet from the pen or whatever. Anyway, so my point of what I'm sharing this is like when you do just like let go and try to feel again, be yourself, like, and go back to just who you are and let yourself be a human. Like, it's just amazing what art comes out of that, to your whole point of like,
it's easy, right? Easy. It's not hard because it's aligning with who you're supposed to be. So to let it all out is actually it's thrilling to let it out. So it's not like you go and you have this arduous task to be this artist or anything like that. So that's mind blowing. You think about it. People think artist. I mean, that is so much work. I don't know if I can take it, but it's actually the opposite. It's easy, and you actually crave it. Right. You crave it more and more. Like you and I were talking about the idea, right? I don't want people to do it because I want to do it.
We're not going to reveal this magical idea that we've been talking about for the past couple of days yet. So let's.
But my point is,
you want to have fun.
You don't want to have a piece of it. Like, I say, I have this, delicious cake, and you say, well, get someone else to do it. So, no, that's my cake. I want to eat my cake.
Fair enough. You will have an opportunity to eat your own cake, and we'll share some with others as well. All right, I got to go. Thanks for joining, everyone. The question we can leave for you all is, what artist work has inspired you and has been a driving force for change in your life? If that's you inspiring other people, then that's great too as well. That's the goal, right? Thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow for the dramatic conclusion of Linchpin Part 3.